Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes to share with you from KB Shimmer. It is their Best in Snow collection. Now, I swatched these a while back. I did my voiceover and everything, but like I said, the month of December was just really bad for me. I was really sick, and honestly, I fell behind in a lot of content and a lot of things, and I was still working, which I probably should have been resting. You know how that goes. Work, home, kids, all of it. It was just nonstop, the holidays. So I never got a chance to post this collection. What I love about KB Shimmer is that they do keep polishes in stock for a really long time. So they are still available on the website, and these were too pretty not to show you all. What I love about this collection is that it's not only like a good holiday collection, like it launched in December, but you can also wear these during the winter season. So even though some names are branded as like your holiday names, they're still very appropriate for the winter time, for like Valentine's Day, even honestly for like summertime as well. KB Shimmer was probably one of the first indie brands that I got into. They are very beginner friendly. The price point is really good compared to a lot of other indie brands, but a beautiful versatile collection for sure.
First up is Mistletoe You Sew, and this one is a nod to those like cute holiday movies. It's just a fun fact too. KB Shimmer always has really long descriptions, but they're very descriptive and like telling you a story and why and how why the polish was actually created, like the real in-depth inspiration behind the polish. This one is described as a shimmering deep forest green base that easily changes into a rich cranberry red when you're looking at certain angles. And at those certain angles, you'll see like red hues deepen into burgundy or even like flashes of gold. Now, I am trying a different method of swatching today. I probably won't move forward with this like 2-finger swatch video. I just wanted to try something different. I like my 1-finger swatch, and I think it just works better for me. But for this video, I did do 2 fingers, so just an FYI. But I initially was trying to get this out quickly for you all. That's why I wanted to do the 2-finger swatches, and I wasn't going to show like a whole hand bottle swatch. But looking down at this polish, I could see, you know what, like you can't see the shimmery shiftiness just looking straight down at it. And I'm like, no, like I need to show off the whole hand swatch, because that is where you can see the beautiful shifts. And this is it right here. Like, how gorgeous is that? So obviously looking straight down, you just see like that deep forest green color. And then you can easily see how shifty it is. And it really is like a rich cranberry shade. This is literally the perfect holiday polish. Just reminds me, it reminds me of mistletoe. Like, it does remind me of mistletoe. But I love like that subtle hint of sparkle in there. But I'm a big fan of how beautifully the shifts work so great together. Pictured are 2 coats of Mistletoe You Sew with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Tripped Up, and I really love the inspo behind this one. So like once November rolls around, there's always something to do every weekend, right? All the way up into the new year. And sometimes you just get so busy, you get tripped up, right? And you forget what's most important. So this is just a reminder to make sure that you're enjoying some time during the holiday season. So how nice is that inspo? But this polish is described as a rich and lively purple polish. It's a grape colored base. It has like blue shimmer that amps up to a purple, rich blue indigo shade. It also has a scattering of holographic glitter, which really makes this shade so twinkly and like just mesmerizing. And that's what it says on the website too, that it's just mesmerizing. And I totally agree with that. I put this one up in 2 coats. I think long nails, you probably want to do 3 thin coats. In certain angles, certain lights, I could see a little bit of my nail line. I mean, I have like literally like the smallest amount of nail line, but from far away you really couldn't notice. So I think if your nails are a little bit longer, you might want to do 3 coats. But really loving these gorgeous shifts. All of these blues and violets and indigos, and everything just comes together so well. It actually ends up looking a little bit lighter on the nails, but I think because of the intensity of those other shifts in the polish and the sparkle, oh my goodness, it's just such a pretty, glowy, twinkling, vibrant like luminous polish. This I feel like is going to be versatile. You can wear it in the winter, you can wear it in the summertime, you can wear it when you just want to like cheer yourself up, right? I mean, you can cheer yourself up because this is what this polish is meant to do, right? Because that's the name. But it is truly a gorgeous polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Tripped Up with a glossy top coat. Here we have Skiing is Believing, and this one is inspired by like bright pops of color that just fly down like a snowy hill, like a crisp white snowy hill when you have those professional skiers just going super fast, doing crazy tricks, sometimes even kids too. I'm just like, I've gone skiing a couple times and I'm like, oh my goodness, who am I? Look at this like 5-year-old. But this one is described as having a magenta base that's loaded with color shifting shimmer. So the shimmer of gold, greens, and blues. In other angles, you'll see like a warm peach and like orange tones. I definitely see a ton of that gold shift. This one is a super warm polish. I usually try to steer away from like super warm gold shimmery polishes, just not like my type of vibe. It is a beautiful, gorgeous color, and it just reminds me of like a super sunny, hot sunset, if that makes any sense. You know, like in the summertime when the sun is just going down and it's just so vibrant and it just looks like it's on fire. This is what the polish reminds me of. I'm loving like those pinky peachy shifts that you see at the perimeters of my nail. I kind of see a little bit of purple too, just a tiny bit of purple violet, I think, like a dusty violet anyways. It is super shimmery, gorgeous polish for my peach polish lovers, my gold shimmer lovers. This is definitely going to be the one for you. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to depend on your preference. So pictured are 2 coats of Skiing is Believing with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Freeze the Day, and this one is just inspired by a cold snowy evening and just being inside your home, snuggling up on the couch with a blanket. I honestly love those types of cold winter nights when there's like a blizzard or it's just like snowing outside, and I know like I don't have work the next day and I'm just snuggled up nice and warm on the couch. I love that. But this one is described as a vibrant indigo blue with color shifts from lapis lazuli-like hues to a sapphire blue to an indigo. Very descriptive. The flakes are very bold. They're a silver white hue, and it slightly shifts to like a pale pink and slightly gold. And it's supposed to be mirroring snowflakes, which I think it is spot on. Honestly, it looks like a cold winter with snowflakes on your nails. I love this polish. I love the chunkiness of the glitters. I mean, not the glitters, of the flakies. Such a beautiful shade. I can see myself wearing this in the wintertime for sure. I think I'm going to actually pop this one on my winter rack. This would be also a beautiful color to wear during the summertime if you wanted some like a vibrant blue shade on your nails. I love this. I love the amount of flakies that just come off of the brush and just like disperse all throughout your nails. I can't even have words because it's just so pretty. I love it. Pictured are 2 coats of Freeze the Day with a glossy top coat. And long nails, I think 2 coats is going to be fine for you depending on your smile line and how prominent it is. You maybe might want to do a 3rd coat, but honestly, I think 2 coats is just going to be perfect. Here we have Just the Coolest, and this one is inspired by those beautiful, carefully carved, like glass-like ice sculptures that you may have seen in the wintertime if you live in like colder areas. I don't think I've actually seen them in person before. I'm not sure if I have, and I need to change that because I've been living in New England for all of my life. But this one is described as a pale periwinkle jelly base. It has a colorful micro flakies that shift, a wide array of different colors. pale to pink to peach to gold to yellow to lime, even like some hints of blue. And it does have a dash of holographic glitter in here as well. So a lot going on in this polish, but it's absolutely dazzling, and I can definitely see the inspiration behind it, because when you think of an ice sculpture, you just think of like glistening, right? Glistening, and obviously they're clear. This polish isn't clear, but you know, it gives you that like squishy jelly vibe where it's like ice like almost. And all the like the various different components in here, so the beautiful shifts, the flakies, the dash of like holographic glitter in here, just gives it a lot of like depth and dimension, and makes it look like it's multi like layered, when really it's just like 2 coats of polish. But it's so dazzling, such a dazzling polish. Again, versatile, wintertime, springtime, summertime. This actually would probably look absolutely amazing on your toes, just an FYI, but it's such a beautiful polish. Long nails, you may want to do 3 coats depending on your nail length and your preference. You may still end up seeing a little bit of nail line, but honestly, like, it's going to give you that beautiful glass like look on the nails, and I think it'll look beautiful on super long nails. Pictured is just the coolest with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Just Roll With It, and this one is inspired just by like baking and prepping, so like homemade cookies and candies, sweet treats, sparkling sugars, sweet cinnamon, all of the good things that you think about when you think of the cold winter months, all of the baking yummies. I can like smell a bakery right now. But Just Roll With It is described as a sparkling tan shade loaded with a mix of holographic glitters. The shades of these holographic glitters are silver, bronze, and gold, and that is to mimic a sugar covered cookie. There is a touch of warmth in here, so you have some yellow, some copper, and a little bit of orange as well. For some reason, this one reminds me of just like an old school toy store where you see like those nutcrackers in the windows, just like sparkly toys. I don't know if that makes sense. I just think of like a Hallmark movie, and like you're walking by a toy store and you see like a toy that's sparkly, and I just think of this one. I love that this has that beautiful glitter mix in here that is just sparkling underneath like this warm toned like gold base. It really like hits the nail on the head when you think of holidays. Like, I think of like warm lights and color lights as well, and this is the polish that is just perfect for the holidays, in my opinion anyways. I think it'll look great on a lot of different skin tones. It is on the warmer side, but I found that I actually enjoyed it on my skin tone, and I think it's because of those beautiful like colorful glitters that are in there. I think this will also be perfect to use as a topper, potentially, like just a thin coat. If you use it over a darker base, I think over black would look absolutely amazing. But it's a beautiful polish, definitely something to wear during the holidays for sure. So pictured are 2 coats of Just Roll With It with a glossy top coat. And I don't know if I mentioned, long nails, you may want to do 2 to 3 coats depending on your preference. And because of the glitters in here, it's going to dry down just a tiny bit textured. So if you want to like plump it up, just use a super thick glossy top coat, or you could benefit from using a glitter smoother and then your glossy top coat. Here we have Ice and Easy, and this one is actually a topper, and it's inspired by like freshly sharpened skates, just like gliding across an ice skating rink, and just like in colder areas you have ice rinks that are outside, and just like banks of just snow like coming up, and it's just like an inspo, or just like a fun way to show off like colorful cheer. But this one is a loaded topper with rainbow color shifting flakies and a dusting of micro holographic glitters. I am showing it to you here in 2 coats just so that you can see. I'm also going to show you it over black, and oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? It just reminds me of a beautiful like party on the nails. It is so vibrant. The flakies just like are amazing, and like that sprinkling of holographic in there, it just makes it even better. This will probably actually look fantastic over white polish as well. I think like wearing it over black is where like you go out for the night, you want something fun, and then over white you would wear it I think on a cold wintry day. I think it would look absolutely beautiful. Here is just 2 coats showing you off on bare nails. And then here you have 1 coat over a black polish, which is actually one of KB Shimmer's black polishes. And I forget the name, but I'll make sure to link it down below. So pictured is the beautiful topper Ice and Easy. Next up we have Stocking Developments. So this one is one of the reflectives, and it's inspired just by those stocking development. So just like one of those mantelpieces that you hang up your stockings over. I know it sounds so boring and simple, but I'm telling you, read the descriptions on the KB Shimmer website. Like you have to. So again, bright green reflective nail polish. It's Kelly green in color, and it like dances between emerald and a dark lime, and of course the sparkling beautiful reflective glitter that I'm always so obsessed with. It's just so sparkly. Now this is no flash or anything like that. This is just like my ring light that you guys are seeing, and look how sparkly it is. I swatched a lot of reflective glitters under the same light, and I've never seen it so sparkly, like something so sparkly before. Like this is super duper sparkly. The formula was so easy to work with. I know in the past I've tried KB Shimmer reflective glitters and they're so super thick, really thick, but this one I didn't have any issues with the amount of thickness. Obviously reflective glitter is going to cause some texture, like the polish formula is going to be on the thicker side. That's just, it is what it is. But I found that this one wasn't as thick as their previous formulas, which I really appreciated. Now of course you're going to have to use a glitter smoother and then use a glossy top coat over it if you want to get that juicy plump effect. But this one is gorgeous. It just reminds me of a Christmas tree with white lights. Such a pretty shade for Christmas time, and it's a versatile one too, because I can see myself wearing this one in the summer. Super pretty, obsessed, because of course I love reflective glitter. Pictured are 2 coats of Stocking Developments with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Noel It All, and that is because Santa really Noel it all. He knows it all. I love the descriptions. Oh my gosh, I keep saying this, but please if you're going to purchase these polishes, make sure you're reading the descriptions and the inspo behind them, because KB Shimmer I'm sure they take a lot of time in creating these polishes and coming up with all of the inspos, writing them down on their website and everything. But Noel It All is a red reflective nail polish. It has a bright, bold red jelly base. It is super reflective, even in low lighting, and it has a bold red flash. This one is stunning. Again, another super sparkly one, more sparkly than I've seen in other reflective polishes. This one is definitely jelly-like. I think 2 to 3 coats, depending on your preference, is going to cover up your nail line. I did 2 and I was okay with that. But it does give me like that squishy vibe. And again, just like the previous reflective polish, I didn't have any issues with the thickness of the polish. You can see on like my middle finger, I had some clumping, but that was because I was super impatient and did not wait for my coats to dry while I was applying my polish. So completely 100% user error there. But like the thickness is tolerable. It's not super gunky like the previous polishes that I've encountered from KB Shimmer, like their previous reflectives. This is legit a Santa red, and I'm all for it. And again, it's versatile, right? Because you can wear it for Valentine's Day, you can wear it in the summer, you can wear it anytime you want. I love it. Pictured are 2 coats of Noel It All with a glossy top coat. Again, don't forget your glitter smoother though, okay?
A couple standouts for me. Of course, I'm going to mention this one. This is Stocking Developments. You know I love my reflective glitter. I love a bright polish. Like, look at this beautiful glow. Look at the glitter just shining through. It is just stunning. Like, I just have a ring light here and then I have daylight, and it's just so pretty. It is so pretty. This is perfect for winter, perfect for St. Patrick's Day, perfect for spring or summer. It is a beautiful color. And then Tripped Up. I love this. It is so deep and vampy. The glow is magnificent. The hollow flakies, I'm a big fan of hollow flakies. I sound like a broken record because I always say that, but it is so pretty. I love how they're just scattered in this polish. It just looks like a beautiful like night sky. Not like a real night sky, because obviously the sky doesn't look exactly like this, but if you were using like paint to paper, yes, for sure. And then Freeze for Day, this is another beautiful standout for me. The flakies are large and in charge, and I am all for it. I love the bright blue color, beautiful for the winter time, beautiful for summertime. Again, like very versatile. I love the shifty flakies that are in here as well. It's very pretty. I make seasonal polish racks, just a way for me to kind of go through my collection, remember what I have, and just put polishes on a rack so that I can, you know, for that season, pick out certain polishes that I want to wear. Not that I'm limited to that rack, but it's just a nice way to display my polishes and get ideas for manicures for the season. So this one definitely has to go on my winter rack. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you've already picked up any of these polishes or if you plan on picking up a few or the whole collection. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next one.